We all love cricket, and whenever there is an IPL session going on, we do not want to miss out any matches. But do you know that there are IPL data sets available for you to do your own analysis and predict the outcome of matches between teams? How exciting it would be if I tell you can do analysis on your favorite player and team statistic. In this video, you will see IPL case study from an analytic point of view. The list consists of what is the business objective? Can you maintain balance between capped and uncapped players? How would you use career statistic and IPL statistic of a particular player? You will see right from how to get the data ready from a particular information perspective, compare a player's batting and bowling performance throughout the different tournament, and then use that data to predict their performance in IPL. So if you feel the need to dig deeper by getting your hands dirty with a coding module, sit tight as we bring to you all the information that you need right on your screen. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoy this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video for any query or suggestions, and I will respond to your comments.
You guys have done a lot of Python and all those things, but you need to understand the ground that how we create the data. Everything, when you get a project, you are working as a data scientist, doesn't mean that you have to do things on Python. My current project, which I am working from March onwards, and it is going to complete in December, it is completely into SQL and Power BI. Not a single time I have touched Python. You will get such projects also in real time. Okay, so we are going to see all that stuff. What we are going to do today thing is in SQL. And a word of caution, guys, don't get apprehensive. These things would be covered in, if you have not covered still, in SQL. Okay, when you are having the SQL module, all these things would be covered for you. But you need to have the business mind. You need to have the technical mind at the same point of time to think that what you need. Okay, so how many of you love IPL, cricket, or any form of cricket? Everybody loves cricket because we are, at least I am born listening to one slogan, and that is that if cricket is religion, then Sachin is a god, right? And that's what is that. Cricket is really close to my heart. I wrote a paper also on this predictive analysis. So I can, whole day you give me and I can analyze cricket. I'm so big fan of it. So let's understand this, because at least you guys know cricket. It won't take a troll on you to understand the business over there, right? So let's see how to select best players for IPL teams. That is what is our agenda. That is the problem that we are trying to solve. So I always believe in one saying, and that says, if you torture the data long enough, it will confess to anything and everything. That's what we do. But before that, there's one more principle, and that principle is get the data. So when we talk about all this thing, remember there's one framework on which things work, and that framework is known as DCOVA. What is the DCOVA? DCOVA is define the data you want to study in order to solve the problem or meet the objective. Before that, let's go a step back. And first, you need to define the problem. What is our problem? My problem is that I want to select the best players for IPL team for next year auction of based on this current or till now performance and all that thing. I have data till 2020 because 2021 is still I have not scrapped. So we will see that, we will understand the mindset. Collect the data from appropriate sources. Your data won't reside at one place. At least when you are doing a freelancing thing, you have to get data from everywhere. But when you are working on client projects also, your data is totally spread out. And that's where data engineers come into picture, who organize the data collected and they will give you in a certain format. They will also give you multiple tables, but at least out of 1,000 tables, they can reduce to 100 table and give it to you. Now, as a data scientist, you will organize the data collected by developing tables and then visualize it, analyze it, and all those things. Business intelligence are the people or folks who are creating the dashboard. They have certain limitation. They won't be statistically strong. If you are a data analyst, you would be statistically strong to give the inferences along with creating the report. Even you can do that if you know Tableau, Power BI, or any other tool which is used for analysis. Okay. What is the business objective? I told you we need to see which player is best for which team. Okay. Okay. What is a capped player and what is an uncapped player? Capped players are like Dhoni, Virat Kohli, and all these top-notch players. They are marked as capped players, or they play international also. Uncapped players are the ones who are new, right? And IPL is a player. Sumit, correct. So these are your retained players, right? Because they are top-notch players. They are your international players. You won't have a newbie coming in and like this Jaiswal coming in and make you will retain that player. No, it won't happen, right? It is very less likely. So those are uncapped players. Generally, uncapped players are the ones who are newbies, and this IPL is a forum where you are selecting the new talents. Okay, you are going to select the new talent, but these people will do they have their any entry in the international cricket apart from IPL? Will they have any statistics available? They won't have. Then how can I compare them with the top-notch players? Because they will have the international. I can have Rohit Sharma, Gale, everybody's data would be there in the international cricket base. But these new players are not there. How can I select them? Where's their first class performance from past IPL? But if new player is coming, then you need their domestic seasons, right? Ranji is there, Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy is there. But you have to keep one thing also in mind. There are different formats of cricket. You have now even T10, right, which is useless format, T20, ODI, and Test cricket. When we are talking about when we are talking about IPL, it means it is T20, right? So what is that T20? Yes, that surprise element is there in T20. So you should take only those data points or only that statistics which is relevant to T20. Is Ranji Trophy T20? No, I can't take that. Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy is T20. I can take the data point for my uncapped players. I'm talking about Indian players. You have similarly, you have this CPL is there, Caribbean Premier League, and Big Bash. Many are there, right? You can take for the international also, but international players are less, which are new. I am more, those are mainly the international players who are already playing your international tournaments. So I want to focus on the Indian talent, and thus I am worried just about the international uncapped players. Okay. Now I got the data. I have the IPL data. I have the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. I know what was the auction price in 2020 for each player. I will have the data for who is the captain, what is the squad for 2021 or 2022, whatever it is. I have all this data. But apart from that, I have also collected one more data, that is career statistics for the international player. That's where I was talking about Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. So career statistics for each and every player. But when you pull that data, even that IPL is getting pulled over there. You for Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, your Bumrah, Warner, all these players, whatever is their career statistics and their IPL statistics, they would be different. They can't be same at that point of time, right? Why I want to combine the career statistics and IPL statistics, there is a reason. Can anybody think about it? Why should we combine this thing? I'm saying I won't just to judge a player based on IPL statistics. There are two forms of a player. One is the recent form and other is the career form. From career statistics, I will get the career form. From IPL, I'll get the recent statistics of that player, right? And then I want to give a weightage to this thing. I'm talking about the machine learning now over here. Then after this thing, I want to create a final data set where I want to give 30% weightage to career statistics and 70% weightage to the IPL statistics, combine it, make one feature of each one of them, and then do a modeling on that. With that, I'm reducing the biasness on just IPL. I'm reducing the I'm including the variability to consider their career statistics as well, their career form also. Okay, it is like you are playing against that player. You are playing again, not just within your country, you are playing with others also, how your performance has been. That's what we want to see. We just don't want to stick to IPL. Maybe that player is not performing in IPL or hasn't got a chance to perform in IPL in the last season, but actually is a good player in Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. Will you not consider, will you not bid for that player? Yes, I would. Clear? Okay, great. So what we are going to do is I will show you all the data sets that I have. I have much more data set than this, but there are certain limitations that I can cover in the session. I have limited to that, and my data sets are all over here. Okay, so this data set that you are seeing is Syed Mustaq Ali batting average data set that I have. All the players are there, their team, match, innings, not out, runs, highest score, batting average, balls faced, strike rate, 100s, 50s, dark score, sixes, all is there from Syed Mustaq Ali for 20 and 21. Similarly, I have collected same for 19 and 20 also for Syed Mustaq Ali. For ball, I have only 19 and 20. There was some error. I was not able to scrap the data for now, but yes, we can get that. That is for bowling, because bowling and batting parameters would be different. You should not consider both of them together. Matches, innings, overs, maidens, runs, wickets, BBI. Forget about this BBI, this ball by ball index. Bowling average, economy, strike rate, 4 wicket and 5 wicket all. So if you are taking more wickets, then you are a better bowler, right? And at the same point of time, we have IPL season wise. So each season, each player entry is there. So season, this is, if you see Ashish Reddy has played this season. So I have data for all of this season for Ashish Reddy. For bowling, same way for all, each and every player, the data is there. But this data is only from 2008 till 2019. 2020 data I have separate in a separate file. I have that data. This is your 2020 data only in the same format, but extra column is their team and BBI, which I won't be considering. I'm not required to consider that for now. And then same way I have for batting also. This is IPL season wise batting that I have. Also, what I have is career batting statistics. So as I was telling you, this is international T20 career batting statistics for each and every player, but you will have only single row per player over here. This is the overall till when they have started, and this is the latest data till 2020 that we have. And then not 2021, this is till 2020. And same way I have for career bowling also. Why I have kept batting and bowling differently? Why it is not together? So we have MySQL shell and MySQL workbench. You can just download directly Shivnetra SQL tool. Just go to MySQL and you will have the complete package. Just download and install it. Okay. What we need to do is we need to create the database, that is the DB. Okay, so DB is how it is created. That is something that you can do in shell. Shell is more preferred than the workbench to create the DB, and I have used this shell only. You can create it in workbench also. This is the command that we use, simple command, MySQL. I'll show you the shell also. This is MySQL shell. It opened up and then it is JS right now. I will change it to SQL. And now it became SQL. If I have to create any DB, you just don't worry about it. Just give this command, MySQL, you wrote this root, because root is the name of your directory or your path where you are going to create all this thing. That is the root node that you are having. Once you give the root, it will ask you for the password. Okay, and then you can create whatever DB, whatever the database you want to create. So create database, like it is board DB. I have created IPL DB, and then we will use this. So till this point, you can do it in SQL. If you have to create the tables in that from scratch, you can do it in SQL also, in Workbench also. But I have the data in Excel format. Excel is not acceptable by MySQL, so I converted it to CSV format. After converting it to CSV format, I went to this MySQL. See, this is root. This is my local DB. It is on my local system that's there. it is password secured, so always remember your password. You can link this also with Python. You will learn this again in your SQL, how to link this with Python. So whatever DB, whatever tables you will create, you can export that in Python and do your analysis. That's what data engineers do. What does data engineer do is they will get the data ready for you by creating all the schema and everything, and then you as data scientist will extract that data and use it for your analysis, model building, and all that stuff. Okay, fine. So I'm getting into this local DB. Just click over here. You open up. Yeah. So you can see that I have created this IPL DB, and this is DB, this is database. It has to have different tables over there. Tables will contain, even views could be there, indexes, stored procedures, so many things could be there. But I'm creating tables over here. So these are objects, tables, views, stored procedures, functions. These are all known as the object. So what I'm going to do is that I have to now create tables. I have already created, but I'll show you how to create this thing. You can write the schema completely like over here it is written, right? It is create table boards, and this define each and every column, give the values, then you have to insert the values and all this thing. I'm not doing anything because I have the table format already created. So what you can do is go over here, write data import wizard. Okay, table data import wizard. It only takes the CSV file. Mind it. Click on this. It will ask you for the path. So you can get the path from here, whatever is the file. Let's say this one. I won't upload because it is already there. So this thing. Next, use existing table. In this table you want to create, or I want to create a new table. So create a new table in this DB. This is the name. You can change the name also. Always it is a good practice to have with underscore or without any space the name. If that table already exists, then you can drop and re-upload or recreate that table. So once this is done, you have to just click next and finish it. Your table would be available. All your data would be stored. Clear? That's how I have uploaded all of them. Are we good? Okay. So this is done. Now what we are going to do is these tables, all the tables that all the data sets that I showed you, I have uploaded. Whenever you have to connect to any DB, what you have to do is you have to use that. You have to run this command, that is use whatever is the DB. So I'm using it. If you want to see its table, show table, and you can see over here. Okay, all the tables are listed. All the tables are listed. If you have to select, and if you have to see all the rows of any of them, let's say from this data set, this table I want to see from season-wise batting, I'm removing this, or let me show you from this IPL 2020 batting. This is what data I am able to see. Clear? This tells you whether it is executed or not. If it is a green tick, it is executed. If it is a red cross, it means there is some error. Error would be populated over here. You can see that. Okay, fine. So what I'm going to do over here is let me bring this up back again. So what is the agenda to achieve? That this is what I did is IPL season-wise data is having entry from 2008 till 2019. I want to add 2020 data. So I have to append to that. So first step is we will do to append. That is same for batting and bowling. Differently, I have means the same thing I have repeated over batting and bowling. And then we will have one data set which will have all seasons IPL data from 2008 till 2020. Over here, I have the career data for international players, and also I have the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy data for my uncapped players. Uncapped players data is also there in career, but it is just the same data as IPL. So what I will do is I will delete those common rows which are there in Syed Mustaq Ali and career. I will delete those rows and I will combine both of them together, this career and Syed Mustaq Ali, to get the final career data. This career data and IPL data would be combined in one data format, which will be IPL plus career. All the columns of IPL would be there. All the repetitive columns of career would be there. After that, what we can do is, I have not done that, but after that, what we can do is that we have to give weightage. I was saying 30% weightage to career, 70% weightage to IPL. This I am giving you 30-70 because I have worked on this and I know that gives you the best result. So 30% weightage I am giving to career, 70% weightage to IPL, and then combining it to get one variable for each one of them. Clear, guys? So this is IPL season-wise data. What I'm doing is for batting, I'm making that one, that is 2020, I'm inserting. So all the columns I have mentioned, okay, and select in the same sequence you have to mention, select all the columns from IPL 2020. This doesn't have a column that is named as season. So I'm hard coding as 2020, which will get to this one. This is already done. So I will do this on bowling. I have not executed this one. So I will do this thing on bowling. Okay, so right now, if you will see this, I will run. You see 0 rows are fetched. Wherever in IPL season-wise bowling, I don't have 2020 data. No rows are fetched. IPL 2020 data is over here. I have all the rows. I'm combining it, appending it over here and giving the season as 2020. That's the first column. So hard coding it to 2020, rest all the columns, it will append from here, whatever I have selected. Run it. What happened? Truncated average at row 1. Okay, average got truncated. So what we have to do is you have to go over here. You can go to this one, alter table. See what is the format for average. Okay, in what format average is? Where is average? Bowling average is text, which is incorrect, right? I have to make it int. So click on this, int or float, whatever you want to make it. So I'm making it int for now. Economy also, let's make int. SR also, let's make it int. This also int. And 5 wickets haul, this also is int. Okay, the rest all are int. So other things look fine. Apply it and apply. The SQL script has the database. What's the problem? Please monitor the execution. Execute SQL statement. The error was. I have used the database, right? Yeah. Okay, let me try it once more. I have to change the baseline data. So what I will do is I will walk you through this batting thing. Same thing I have done on bowling. Bowling is having some error. That's why this is coming. So bowling, let me move this one because this one is tested and tried. Okay. So I combined it. I created IPL batting. If you IPL 2020 batting and IPL season-wise batting has been combined. So if now I will run the query on select star from IPL season-wise. Season is equals to 2020. You would be able to see the data. See, the data is coming for 2020. So we are good to go. So now season-wise IPL batting table has multiple rows of each player, right? Because you will have Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is in number of all the seasons that he has played. You will have the individual entry. We want to judge overall IPL performance of each player. So I want to combine it. When you are combining this, what you can do is you can add up matches. You can add up innings over the years, not outs, runs, hundreds, 50s, ducks, fours, and sixes, right? That you can add, but you can't add so you can't add not out. Also, you can't add. You have to get the count of not out. Runs you can add. Highest score you have to get the maximum. Average you have to calculate. Balls faced is also you can add. Strike rate you have to calculate, right? So that's what I have done over here. I've created a new table which is named as IPL batting. As select player, what are the columns I want to select? That is player, matches, sum of matches as matches. It would name the column like that. Then innings, runs, balls faced, all these things. But I haven't added average and strike rate. So average and strike rate is missing. How I have done this is alter IPL batting, add column. What is the column that I want to add? I want to add average column over there. And it should be in float. So float generated always as runs. What is the formula for average? That is runs divided by innings minus not out. That's what I have done, and it will store the value. For strike rate, how it is runs divided by ball space. That's what I'm getting the value over here. So this is my IPL batting now. If you see, I have only one row for each and every player. Matches, innings, runs, ball space, centuries, half century, duck, 4, 6 is not out. How is highest score? Average and strike rate. So I have 530 entries over here for each and every player. So IPL data from season wise, we have created the IPL statistics for each and every player. This is a new table that we have created. This will also be present in your DB. You can see over here, this is created right now. I created, right now you can see that we created it. It was not uploaded from an Excel or a CSV file. Okay, so after this, what I have is few players are uncapped players and don't have international career history, but need to be selected based on their performance in other trophies. I have taken only the data of Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. So for such players, we have Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. Ranji Trophy, I have not selected because it is ODI format. It is not T20 format. I want to keep the same format for my analysis because as your format changes, the player capability also changes. A test player is not, if a player is good in test, it doesn't mean that the player will also be good in T20 because there are certain other parameters like who's the finisher, what is the hard hitting capacity, what is the your bowling index, and so many things are there which we can derive from this. So for such players, we had two files for batting from the same, thus we are combining the one. So I have two files of Syed Mustaq Ali, that is 1920 and 2021. I have combined all of this same way like how I did the first one. And then now each player will have two rows. Most of the players will have two rows who are present over here. So I created a new table, same way, SMA batting with aggregation, all this thing, and average and strike rate. Now I have one table that is known as SMA batting. This is the table. If you want to see, it is select star from SMA. See all the players, same kind of columns are there, not kinds, exactly the same columns, where the values are different. So I am having Pedicle, Gaikwad, Yadav, HB Patel, Wagmare, all these are the T. Kohli, Harpreet Singh, Virat Singh, MK Pandey. All these players are part of your data set. Now, what I'm doing is, in career, we have entry for all the players, irrespective if they are capped or uncapped. That was the thing that we were having. So what was happening is, if they have played IPL, I was having their IPL statistics in their career also, which is incorrect because their career is, of course, it is just IPL, but I don't want that career. I want either international or domestic thing. So what I did is I deleted first rows. So delete from career batting, where player in, I'm selecting it, I'm joining it and selecting it in the where clause, where player is, select player from SMA batting. So if it matches, if the player are same, delete that. So once you will delete it, you won't find any common players over there. Now I have altered the table. I have dropped this column that is not out in HS, that is not required for my career. So that's why unnecessary columns I have dropped. Uncapped players are there. I am combining the uncapped players with my SMA. So I have the career statistics only for my capped players, and for the ones for whom I have the domestic entries available in SMA trophy, those also I'm combining and getting the final one, which is your career batting. So career batting now has the correct records present for your international as well as for your domestic players. All addition players would also have been added, which are not required and thus need to be dropped. So some of the additional player might also would have been added. So we will just check if the player is not in IPL batting. I don't want to consider those. Thus, I am dropping it. In case you want to check the duplicate players. So how we can check the duplicate? Select player, count player. Again, for the player, I'm getting the count. If the count of the player is greater than 1, then it means that it's duplicate. There's more than one entry. So I'm checking for the duplicate. I didn't find any duplicates over here. If you see 0 rows returned, I don't have any duplicate in this sheet, that is in this table, that is career batting. Now we create a combined table, that is the career and the IPL batting. So I created final batting, took the player name from your career, then matches, and I have suffixed it with C so that I know this is the career-wise data that is available. So final batting is the table that has been created over here. I'll show you. Extra from You see, there are C is there. This is for your career. And then same thing you are having for IPL also. Now what we can do is we can combine it to get the final data set with 30% career and 70% of IPL weightage, and each and every column would be created. I will have one entry, and that's what we can use for our model building. Clear, guys? SQL bowling also, I have done the same thing. It's not running because there's some issue with the data. So IPL season wise bowling, same way I've combined it, then created one file that is IPL bowling in total, and from that IPL created three more fields, that is average, strike rate, and economy. These are the formula for that: runs divided by wickets taken, that is for average; overs multiplied by 6, that is number of balls divided by the wickets taken; runs and overs. So this is how it is created. And then same way, drop the columns, drop the rows which are common in Sayyid Ali, as well as the career bowling. And always there was one column in career bowling that was balls. I don't want balls, I want overs. So how you will get the overs? Balls divided by 6. That's where you are getting the overs. Then I drop the column balls. Balls is not required. Overs I have already created. It would be a redundant data. Inserted it to get the final career-wise bowling from Sayyid Ali also and in career. And then same way, took the count to check if you have duplicates or not. If not, combine the bowling to get the career bowling, final bowling one. So like this, we have got the data ready for your batting and bowling both, which we would be using in SQL, which we would be using in Tableau or in Python for analysis. So what is the first step? First step is to define the problem statement. Then it starts DCOVA. Define what data you want. Create the data, DCOVA. C. Create the data that you require. So we have achieved D and C. Third is organize the data. Organization part, like you would be combining that 30%, 70%, giving the weightage, combining it over there. That's one of the things that you can do for organization. You can also rename the columns, and so many things could be done. Now, second is fourth is visualize and then analyze. All these things you can do in Python. All this thing you can do in your this one, Tableau, Power BI, anywhere you can do. Few of the things that you can see is, if you want to get this schema, this DB schema, if you have to get it out, how you will get it? Go to database, go to server, and you will have data export. Okay, which one I want? I want the IPL DB. Okay, it is dump structured at this, all this thing leave like this only. Yeah. So leave like this only. Okay. Dump structure. I want the dump structure only. Okay. I want the dump structure only. And then you need to start. I'm not getting the button. Export this thing. Yes, here only I want to export. I don't want to override any folder. Okay, new folder. So now it is exporting. Your complete schema would be exported. It means all your table, DB, everything. See, all these are exported. So done. I will show you over here. Session. And see. All these SQL text files are there. Yes. See, this has opened up. Complete schema for that, because I got the structure only, right? So complete structure is this, what have been downloaded. So this is done. Let's go to this one. This is one alter command. I think so you were asking this one. So alter table SMA batting, add column. I'm going to add a new column, alter my table that's there. So change my table, add a column that is average. How that average should be generated from the other columns that are present in this table only. So generated always as, always it should create. If you're making a new entry also, it should create runs divided by innings minus not out and stored. Store it over there. There are two things are there. One is I think so stored, and the second one is virtual. Virtual would be created. You won't be able to see this thing whenever you are running the query, then it would be created. But stored is something which would be stored in your table. Clear? Career statistics. What happens is I have career statistics of career stats of your of your international players, all the players I have. Okay, all players I am having. Few players are your international players. International, as in I am saying, let's say it is the capped players or the uncapped players. Let's just name it like that. So capped players, I am saying, who have the international players are there. Okay, international data is there. For uncapped player also, I was having some entry. What was the entry? That was just their IPL data again repeated in the career also. I don't want this. I want their domestic data. How will I get their domestic data? That was coming from Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. So I took the SMA data over here. So now the career statistics of the players who are capped, who are the international players, they have their actual international stats over there, and the players who are only played in the domestic, haven't got chance till now to play in international, or who are very new players, their entry is coming from the Syed Mustaq Ali, and that's how I have combined in the career statistics over here. So this is one of my dashboards that I created. I'll show you the creation from scratch as the based on the time that we have in hand. This is your player batting statistics dashboard that I have created. What it shows you is that, as this is just the screenshot, whatever player you select, that's the filter, you will get his run for IPL till now, how much he has scored, what matches, number of hundreds and 50s. So you know that what has been the overall performance over the years, how the graph has been for the player, what has been the batting average and strike rate, because just seeing by the runs, you can't decide whether the player is a good or bad. You need average, you need strike rate. Also, what are the fours and sixes together, that what is the ratio of the fours and sixes over the years, how it has been through, that you can see over here. And this table shows you which all team that player has played. What will happen with that is, suppose you are going, although now I know Brendan McCullum, I don't think so plays anymore, right? He doesn't. So if you see, he has played for CSK, for GH, for KKR, your KTK and RCB. All these teams he has played for. Suppose his last team was CSK. And now RCB wants him back. CSK has released, or he is open for auction, and RCB wants him back. We want to see, or any other team, let's say Kings 11 Punjab wants him back. We want to see what is his affinity, in which team he has played most. Will he be an asset for us against that team? Because you know that team tactics and all. That's what happens in IPL, right? You are getting the other team's player, and that person would be knowing the tactics, that how you bat and all. And it is all a mind game that you can play over there. So that's where it will tell you what is the affinity for which team. Suppose now KKR wants Brendan McCullum again. So yes, there would be a history about Brendan McCullum playing for KKR. Okay, I can go to the past, and he has been a great player. Let him bring back in KKR. Why he is going to other teams? So that's all you can get from this dashboard on batting. Similar thing over here, you can find out. This is the bowling statistics that we have. Okay, everything has been covered, that what are the matches, wickets, overs, maidens. This is the year-wise economy, strike rate, average, same thing, same logic has been applied, but just the parameters are different. Over here, I have included one more thing, that if I just want to give a look and feel to my dashboard, I want to see which team is playing. Chris Morris for CSK, just I have selected like this. If suppose Chris Morris would have played for DC, the color will change. The background color will be the jersey color of that team. I know their colors are not exactly matching, but yeah, it's still better. For RR, it will become pink and all. So this is just for the look and feel that I have done. So you can select and the color will change accordingly. You can do it dynamically also, but as of now, I have done that based on your selection, which team you want that player, then you can do all these things. So let's start Tableau. I will start it from scratch for you guys. First of all, see, okay, let me open my Tableau again. Okay. Just a minute, it's just opening up. So first of all, Tableau has many versions. You have licensed version, you have your desktop public version. This I have done on public version because licensed version is costly. You need an enterprise or you student license or something like that. to get the licensed version. Public version is free throughout. Anytime, anywhere you can use it. It is almost 75 to 80% similar to your licensed version. The only thing that you should be cautious is please don't use any proprietary data when you are working on Tableau Public. Okay, don't use your company data on Tableau Public, please, because you won't be saving it on your local system. It will get saved in Tableau Public. It will get saved in tableau.com. Everybody and anybody can view that. So please don't do that. Okay, fine. So let's start over here. I'll go to this batting analysis. This is the one that I have created, and we will create from scratch. But before going to this one, when you guys will install Tableau Public, this would be blank for you. Okay, so don't worry. This is, I have created all these visualizations. That's why it is coming up. Over here, you can connect the data. Which all mode of data could be connected? Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON, Access, PDF, spatial, statistical file, all these could be connected. From server, you can connect Google Sheets, OData, and Web Data Connector. But when it is a licensed version, this page is completely filled. You can connect to anything and everything. R, Power BI, R, Python, SQL, Scala, C, Java, anything you name it, you can connect to everything over there. So our file is Excel file. So I will just show you over here how to import whatever is your file. Okay, whatever, just a minute. Yeah. So whatever is your file, I have clicked on Excel. So it will show me just the Excel files. You can go ahead and get this. Suppose this is your file. Just I'm giving you an example. I'll show you the other one. This is my file. Of course, this is not the complete one. That's why you are seeing it like this. And data will come over here. You are seeing the data over here. Now let me go back to my file and show you. Yeah. This is the data for bowlers that you are seeing over here. What it shows you, they are symbols. All my files are over here. See, all my files are being shown over here that are CSV files that I have used. Okay. And if you see, there is a symbol which is showing you calendar. It means it is a date column. This ABC shows you it is a string column. Numeric shows that Tableau has recognized this is a number or a continuous field. And then you have something as globe. It is not over here. It shows you it is a location. I have to upload each file individually. When you have Excel, you can have it in different sheets and upload it. So all the sheets would be coming over here. These I have done CSV. That's why it is coming as CSV. You have to upload one. Otherwise, you can have everything in Excel and just upload it. All the sheets would be there. Whichever sheet you want, you just drag and drop over here. So let's start. So we have uploaded the data. And once you upload the data, what happens is, now I will show you, these are the sheets. Okay, this is option for sheet, new worksheet. This is your canvas area. So this is the worksheet. It is your canvas area. Once I open the worksheet, I see that these are my columns which are listed. Along with these are also the columns. But why in two segments? These are your dimensions. Dimensions means that these are your categorical columns. And measures, these are your arithmetic or continuous columns from which you can do arithmetic calculation. These are the columns that you have. Okay. This batting average, batting strike rate, I have calculated on my own. That's why over here, that's why you can see equal to sign and then hash. It means it is a calculated field. I will calculate it again for you guys. Now, when I was designing this, as somebody mentioned that we create a rough sketch. Yes, I created a rough sketch of this dashboard. And based on that, I thought that what are the cards that I need? What all values I want to show? As objective is to give a complete view of batsman over the IPL season. Based on this, he can be considered for next year team selection. What can be achieved? As a selector, what you would want to evaluate player on. Over the years, how he has been able to add runs to his kitty, I want to see that. This KPI would be able to give an overall idea about his batting skills. As more the runs, better the batsman, right? Alongside runs is the total matches KPI card. If the player has good amount of runs in lesser number of match, means the batsman is much better. At same level, performance gets more weightage when the player scores more hundreds and fifties. That's what I'm showing you, these top 4 KPI cards over here. So first we need to create this KPI card. I'll show you how we will create that. Then all in all, KPI cards are high level performance metrics To deep dive and look more about the player, if top stats are showing up good, then as a selector, I would like to get in more details about the player. What could that details be? First is runs and matches are high level stuff. But if a player is playing T20, then average and strike rate needs to be as high as possible. But each alone will not suffice, as a strike rate could be high for the tail enders also, right? If your Shami comes and he hits 2 4s in just 4 balls and match is over, then his strike rate is of course good than compared to Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli, right? So tail enders as well as but top or middle order batsmen need to have good average and strike rate both at the same time. So it is tough, but let's see which player is good for that. So if over the year players average and strike rate are consistent or have increased, then can coin that player as a good batsman. We can say that this player is a good batsman if over the years it is changing. So that's what this is telling you. Over the years, how the average has been or how the strike rate has been for that player. This is what the donut chart is telling you. It is increasing or decreasing. But is this sufficient to bid for any player in IPL? No, it is not, as few players are capped and are not open for bidding. Top-notch players are generally capped and with one time for longer run, right? They are not available for the bidding lot, thus need to be checked out of the criteria. Now the players who are open for bidding needs to be evaluated. Need to check their history with different teams and see how performance has been and their relationship with the team. This would help in measuring the consistency of the player. That how consistent has been the player. Just now we saw for Bumrah, he has only played for Mumbai, and all his career, he has only played for Mumbai. He is a consistent player for Mumbai, although capped, whatever, but he is a consistent player. Chris Gayle has been jumping here and there, but he has played most number of times for RCB. He was more consistent over there. There were different reasons that he moved out of RCB, right? Along with this, how performance has been in respect to runs over the years would help in gauging the player form, that what has been the form. If I see for Brendan McCullum, it has been very low for 2013. We can deep dive more that why it was low, what was the reason, and it was high in 2015. What was the reason? Anything specific? Then the graph started downfall. What happened suddenly? Should I still consider this player? Should I consider this player for the low bidding rate? Can I get this player, improve his form and get him back at least to this level at a lower price? Will it work for me? So you can think like that. Along with this, also 4s and 6s are the main contributor for T20 game format. Thus, batsmen who can hit more 4s and 6s has more hard hitting capability and would be like a good fit for a team to build up challenging score. Thus, we are comparing their 4s and 6s also over the years. All the above factors will give a good view for a selector to measure batsman capability, consistency, and form. This would help in deciding the bidding amount for player for the next IPL season. I will show you how to create. These cards are easy. That will not take time. Let me create this graph for you. Okay, this graph, that yearly run graph. If you see over here, yearly runs scored. This graph I have created and then merged it in dashboard. So I will create this graph. How to do that? You have to click on the blank worksheet. Now, what I want is run score over the years. So season is something where I have years. I will just double click. It will show me the seasons. Okay. Now I want the runs scored. Just double click and runs came, but it is showing in tabular format. So eyes on your right side, guys. There's something as show me. Just click on this drop down. All the graphs that are directly present, which are available for this data, are highlighted. I want a line chart. Click on this. You will get a line chart. This is the chart that you were seeing over the screen. Okay. Now what I want is, say, oh, I got the chart, right? I got this chart over here. What I want to see is that I want to see a trend line over here, right? I want to see a trend line. That's what it is showing you over here, right? This is a trend line. This dot line is the trend line. Okay. So what I will do is we will get the trend line. How to get the trend line? Do a right click. Okay. Trend line, show trend line. This is the trend line it is showing. Now, edit all the trend lines. What kind of, I don't want a straight trend line. What I want an exponential trend line, or I want a polynomial trend line. Okay, this is what it will, degree of 2 and all this thing. You can get it. This is the value. This is the trend line that you are getting for your data. I want to show what this peak means. What is the value over here for this peak in this year? How much runs he has scored? So what I will do is this. Take your, what is this? This is your runs scored, right? So you can click over here also. Okay, and you can, you want it as labels, right? So you can just drag and drop this one to label. Now it is coming as label. Or I would have done it, just went to labels and show mark labels. It will show me the same labels. Or the other way to do this is take runs from here and drop it over here. So trend line, how I created is right click anywhere on the graph and trend line is there. Show trend line I did. Right now it is showing, that's why. And then I again went over here and did a edit all trend lines. So this trend line, I made it polynomial. You can make it exponential also if there's an increase. You can make it linear also, logarithmic also, power also. So this is polynomial. This is what I'm getting the output. If you see, there is an equation coming up. What is this equation, guys? Have you seen some similar equation anywhere? Regression, right? This is your, but this is polynomial. That's why you are seeing this. If I will make it linear now, you will see that linear regression equation over here. See, y is equals to mx plus c. You have the p value as well as the r squared value. So this is one thing. Now I don't want this grid lines. I want to get rid of this grid lines. Okay, is trend line here related to time series analysis? No, it is not that time series analysis. It is regression that I'm showing you. But yes, regression, time series is a special case of regression, and I have plotted over the years. That's why you can say time series. Okay, how does one undo an action on Tableau? Control Z. No, you can't fine tune the parameters, Amol. Okay. Don't treat this as a modeling tool or your ETL tool, please. Otherwise, it will collapse. There are certain tools for certain limitations. Please respect those limitations. Okay. Can you explain the dimensions we see on the left pane? Okay. Dimensions are what? These are the categorical columns. Player, season, team, these are categorical columns. When you have on the below what you have, these are the known as measures or continuous values on which you can do arithmetic calculation. These are your continuous values that are there. Clear? For the beginning example, quickly I will take univariate analysis. Let's say for batting average, I want to do. Okay, so I just clicked on this average and go to show me. See, this histogram got activated for you. Just click on this. The bins are created. Your histogram is created. What you will take, write dist plot, create the bins, do the calculation in Python. It is done in one go. So this is one of the chart. If I want to remove the grid lines, then just go over here. Okay, just go over here and format. This will open up. There's a grid line. This thing is there. Sorry, this grid line. Make it none. Your backend grid lines are gone. Okay, how to check month wise? From this year, go over here. Make it as month and year if you want. You can see it like this. I don't have month-wise data. It is year-wise data only. I think I have in this season, right? Yeah, season I have only year. I don't have dates over here, right? Otherwise, you can go to season and make it, if date is there, you can make it month and all. That's why it will be showing you. Right now, I have only year data. That's why it is showing. Can we make the secondary axis for a graph? Yes, you can add a column and do this. Suppose, just I'll create another one also. Okay. So background color, I'll show you for this graph. Since you have asked for this, I'll take 6 and 4s. Okay, the same chart I will create, okay, for 6 and 4s. So it is over the years, right? So again, season, 4s, and sorry, I want 4s over here, let's say, and I don't want a line chart. So make it as a measure. Go over here, take the count. Take the count dimension. Take it as the count and make it as a just a minute. Yeah, years is there, right? So now let's go to force. Okay, let's have it like this. And then you can have the bar chart. Yes. This is coming, the number of fours that you are having. Of course, I need the sum only by the count. Yeah, and sixes. These are the sixes also. So I'll just swap this row and column. This is the swap one, swap it. This is the column bar chart I am getting. I don't want two charts. What I want is I want to impose this chart, this below chart on this top chart. So number of sixes, go over here, make it as a dual axis chart. It is getting imposed, but it is not looking good because one is getting hidden behind the other. So what I will do is for this sixes, 6 is green color. So what I will do is this, for 6, I will increase the size little bit. Okay. Or 6 is front, right? 6 is front one. Let it be smaller. Let's make it little smaller and make this blue one little bigger. Okay. And I will make it to the entire page. Okay. This is what, now you have two axes. Below, this blue one is showing you in 2015, he has hit 51 fours and 23 sixes. 2016, 30 fours and 16 sixes. This is what it is showing you. So this is the dual chart. This is the axis for sixes. This is the axis for your fours. There is no player information who has hit the sixes. This is for Brendan McCullum that it is showing you. See, the filter is over here, Brendan McCullum. It is just showing you for Brendan McCullum because I have put it as a global filter. Okay, I'll remove this filter from here. Okay. Just let me remove it from here. Yeah. See, now this is for your whole data. If you want to put a filter over here for this chart, just go to your player, drag and drop it over here. Select all the values. So all, apply. Okay. Done. Now you can have it as show filter over here. This side it is coming up. Whichever player you want to select. Let's say I am selecting CV Varun. I don't have any data for CV Varun over here. Morgan. Yeah, Morgan, I am having the data. See. Clear, guys? Can we know in which year he played for which team? Yes, that table I will create. Okay, that table I will create. If you want the season also over here as the label, so what we can do is you have the team, right? You can put it as the label. See, this year he has played for which team. Clear? If you want two players something, you have to select two players over here, but it will just add up both of them. It won't be able to differentiate both the players over here. Then you need to have another chart created, which will show you the two column chart. Like if I select player over here also, this is right now Morgan. If suppose I get Maxwell also. See, one is for Morgan, then for your Maxwell, you are having 2012, 2013, a Morgan and Maxwell both, but this is not the correct chart to show for this case. SRH 2 indicates what is in green color. Does Power BI also have the free version where we will be able to do all these things? You can do it, but you won't be able to save it. That's the drawback, one of the drawbacks in Power BI. You need a license. Means you need some company IDs and all. You can do that. SRH in 2015 indicates what? Let me just remove this. Yeah. So SRH in 2015 doesn't denote anything. It is just I have put a label over here. That's why it is showing you. If I remove this label from here and I put the label over here instead in all, it will show on top. Sorry, why I took the player label. I took the team label, right? It will show for both of them SRH, which doesn't make any sense. Green color just shows number of sixes. Blue shows you number of fours. So you guys asked for the team name on top. That's why I have put it as the label. Is it the free version? If yes, then how to download? Just search for Tableau Public and you would be able to download. Why some indicators are inside green, some are outside? Indicators are not inside. It is just whatever is the highest level it is showing you. I have put the label over where I have put the label in your, this where it went. Team label in, no, this is all. Okay. I have put the label over here. So see, it is on top of the green, but you are seeing in blue because blue is taller than the green. Then we have same y-axis measures, so we can compare the bars. Measures is the same. See, again, guys, understand. You want to equalize 4s and 6s. Domain-wise, that's not correct. You should not normalize the scales of 4s and 6s. Could you suggest a chart which would give a comparison of total runs scored and against it total boundaries scored across all the years? Get the line chart only, na? 2 line charts you can get it. This was your line chart. Where it went? Yeah, this is for Ian Morgan. That's a total one. So if I have to get it, I'll get force also, and you get make it a dual chart. See, you are seeing this this lines. Let me just remove this line. You are seeing both of them. Let me remove the labels also. I'll switch out the label. But the axis would be different. You have to read on 2 axes. This is the view. So somebody was asking how to change the theme color. Okay. And then you have shading. Go to the shading, whatever is the fill. Worksheet is white. I will make it, let's say, orange. This will fill up. Done. Can we get runs for 4 plus 6s as the percentage of the total? Yes, you can get that. You have to calculate that thing. What is the percentage of the total runs? You can't do it directly. How will you get this? Create a calculated field. Percentage of force. So what I want is from my data force. Okay, sum of force, right? Sum of force. Sum of force divided by sum of runs. Okay, it shows you calculation is valid. This is done. Click OK. One new measure is created over here. I'll use this measure. Let's say for season. For season, I'm using this measure. This is the percentage. I will change the percentage over here. Go to this one. Okay, go to format and you want to see it as percentage. So change it to percentage. So what it is telling you in 2008, number of force that was hit out of total runs, that was 10.13%. So you have for all of them. Same way you can calculate for 6 also and show it in a tabular format. So what you have to do, suppose you have to create, what was the ask over here? I'll do it for 6s now, okay? What was the ask over here? That what is the percentage of 6s over percentage, means out of total runs, what is the percentage of 6 over the years, right? So you don't have to consider year over here. That is just in the drag and drop. So go to the 6s or you can go over here also. Anywhere you can, many places you can create it. For 6s field I want to create, right? There's a drop down. This is small drop down. Go to this one and do a create. Create what? Calculated field. Now, what is the name of calculated field? Percentage of 6s. What I want to do is that sum of 6s. What is the total number of 6s that you have? Divided by the sum of runs. That is what it will give you the percentage. Runs. This calculation is valid. So this measure is created. A new column is created. I want to see this measure over here. Yeah, I want to see it over here. And want to change the percentage, go over here, go to format, change from number to percentage. To 2 decimal places, it is done. This is what I'm seeing. I want to make it a column chart, make it a column chart. I want to swap it. Okay. Let's do it for your dual axis. Okay. See, but it is not looking good. Let's do it like this. Right? Percentage of 6s are way lower than the percentage of 4s. Of course, that is something obvious. You can see a line chart also, 2 line charts, how it is showing, but this one is looking much better. We can do that conditional coloring also of the table also. Let me create a new one for you. Okay, what I want to do is, you want the conditioning coloring of the table, okay? Here, player, there are too many players, Baba. Okay, let me take team. Team, okay? And over here, I want to see this percentage of sixes. So percentage, make it as format, yeah, number. Where's my percentage? Percentage, done. And this is the box. This is the coloring. See, the coloring came. What it is telling you, there's a gradient. Lower percentage is light blue, and as the percentage increases, it is darker in color. Let me make it a complete view for you. See now. I'll quickly show you guys how to create a dashboard. This is the icon for dashboard. Okay, first make it a complete view. So go over here to size, make it as automatic. What will happen with automatic is whether you see it on phone, desktop, any size desktop, it will change the, it will take the shape size according to that. Okay. Now what I want is, these are the new sheets that we created, right? So I want to make it floating. So what I did is I took it over here. Okay. Sorry, this is the blank sheet. This sheet, I took it over here, suppose. Okay, this is one sheet. I'm just telling you how you can do this thing. Of course, you have to adjust all your sheets and different things. We haven't created those many sheets. So this is one. Can sheet size change according to mobile screen? Yes, it will change wherever. That's why I've changed it to automatic. If it is range or it is fixed, it won't change. Okay, this one, suppose this is done now. Okay. Now what I want is, I want to make a global filter as the player. How will you make a global filter as player? And see, in this one, I have this player. This player column I added, I made it as a filter. See, now showing all the value. I added it as the filter. Any idea, guys? Show you mine. Mine was runs, matches. These were the top KPI cards that I created. Then I created this IPL statistics over here. Okay. And IPL statistics for each and every a player, it was created. And I added over here player. Okay. I added over here player. Okay. Player as my filter. Okay. Over here. Okay. Apply. Okay. Now this is coming as player. Over here, what I want is, where my dashboard went, this one. So if I take IPL statistics over here, okay, these are my filter. I want to make this as a global filter. Okay, so use as filter. This sheet would be used as filter. If I make this, then whatever I'll select, I will have this as the filter. If I have to make a global filter, how can I do this? See this one. This is there. How you want to view it, of course, is there. Format filter, set controls. This is the format filter part. Just a minute. Wildcard, edit title. Apply to worksheets. Yeah, apply to this worksheet only or to all of them. So I am saying all using this data source. So this filter is now applied to all the worksheets that are using this data source. If you will go to this, see the player came over here as the global filter. Player came on this one. Player came to this one. All of them, it came as a global filter. Now, if I select any of the, I unselected all, that's why it went away. Suppose Ashish Nehra, just for example. If you will see, all the graphs are changes for Ashish Nehra. If I want to say for, you can change this view of filter also. I want it as a single value drop down like this, whatever you were seeing previously. And I want to select Ambati Raidu. It is coming up. Everything is changing. And if you see something, automatically this name is changing. How? You can do that also. You can create the parameter that I will show you for color coding and all. Yes, you have to do that for the dashboard, Rupesh. You have to create the graphs separately and then drag and drop. Clear, guys? So canvas background color, how you can add it? Go over here, go to format, shading, worksheet, and fill color, whatever you want. Okay? Clear, guys? Can we give the names to the sheets, whatever? Yes, you can give name sheets. I have not named it. I was telling you guys. That's why you can. It is always a good practice. You should name it. Okay? Fine. This was about the batting dashboard. Now I will show you the dynamic thing in my bowling dashboard also. This, where it went? This one, right? This dynamic color change, how it happens. So what I have done is, I'll show you over here. There's something known as a parameter. I created a parameter. You can go over here on top, create parameter. Okay, this will open up. What are the different values or all you can give? So I'll show you what I have done in this current theme. Edit. This is the parameter that you have. I have selected, it is a string type. Current value, if it is CSK, then what should be, and it is a list, right? So I'm giving yellow. What should be the value? Value should be yellow. It should display CSK, navy for MI, and all this color coding I have given to the parameter. Alone parameter is useless until and unless you combine it, you create a calculated field for that parameter. So I created a calculated field which is named as theme color. So again, I went over here to a calculated field, and you can create the theme color. Somebody was asking for if else. You don't have if else, you have the case statement. You have if else also, but generally the case statement is preferred over here. So I'll show you what you have is this one. So case, current theme. Current theme is nothing but your parameter. When yellow, then yellow. When purple, then purple. Like this, it will take it, and you have to end it. You have different search, whatever you want to use. If you want to use if is there. You have the sample also. This is date if is also there. You have a sample written over here. You have if else, if null also, else if also. All these are there. If null, somebody was asking, many of you were asking how to handle the null values. This is, I was telling you have to create a calculated field. This is how you can handle it. Okay, but still, I won't prefer you to do this over here. So once done, can we indicate the pie into donut chart? Yes, you can do this. Can we give background colors in the storyboard? So storyboard color coding, no, you can't give the background color in the storyboard, but you have given it already in the dashboard. You can take it. Only one background color you can give. I'm saying you can't give the dynamic background color over there in the storyboard. So what I did is all this I created, and then I created a blank sheet. This blank sheet is what I'm doing nothing. I'm just applying the theme over here. Theme color I took, and then this is my parameter. The color coding went to the theme, and I have the current theme over here. Nothing else I did. What I did is I just selected this theme color. Okay. And I have my show parameter. This is what it is showing me. And then I took this theme color over here. This is coming as text. Instead of this, I made automatic this thing and entire view. This is how your box, this box is coming, right? This is what it is coming. It is just taking your theme color over here in color. So you take it out from here. This entire screen, why this is not happening? It should be the entire view. Okay, let me again do this. Just a minute. Okay, let's take the theme color, place it in color. Yeah, this a small box will come, and then this entire view. This one, why this is not happening? Okay, size. I have to make it the full size. Yes, now it will happen. Okay, now the current theme, go over here and show parameter. So whenever I will change to MI, will change to this color, this to this color. All of them, I'm able to change it. Right? If you have to edit the colors, go to edit colors. These are the boxes for which one, what is the color. You can go to one by one and select the shade, assign the color. Okay. Filter for Bumrah may be cause of that. No, it's not for Bumrah. It has nothing to do with this. This is the blank sheet. It is not reacting to Bumrah. And after this, if you have to create it, just whatever is the sheet that we create. Oh, sheet. Dashboard, make it floating. Make it automatic. Okay. And then you have to take this sheet, right? Now see, this color coding is coming over here. And okay, now you can place anything on top of this also. Okay? This graph, all of the graphs I'm playing. So make it floating, don't make it tiled. Otherwise it would be just static one that you will have. You won't be able to use or you won't be able to put sheet on top of sheet over there. Clear, guys? Somebody wanted to see the donut chart. Let me quickly walk you through donut chart. Over here, I have created the donut chart. Okay. What floating and tiled? Okay, let me show you what tiled will do. If I'm, so many sheets are opening up. If I'm doing tiled, what will happen is, see, this is tiled. You won't be able to change. Let's make this. Huh? What will happen is that there is a set tile. The shape you are seeing, the shape is coming like this. You can edit it also, but I won't be able to. I'll go to that dashboard. This one. I won't be able to if it is tiled. And if I place this sheet, right? If suppose I have placed this sheet on top of this, I want to place anything. See, this is okay. This is again same sheet. If I have to place anything, it will shift it. It won't be able to place on top of this. Okay, it will just make the space. Floating is that I can mingle different things together also. I can align it according to me wherever I want. Clear, guys? Okay, let me quickly cover the other part, that is the donut chart somebody wanted to see. So let me create a donut chart over here. Let's say I want a donut chart. Direct option is not there in Tableau, it is there in Power BI, of course. So what you can do is you have to do average. Okay, I want to see average over different years. Okay, now this pie chart got activated. Select the pie chart. Okay, but of course, I don't want to see average as the sum over here. Which average I picked up over here? This average. Okay, let me take this average out once. I'll have to put this batting average. Again, I will do this. Sorry. Okay, so batting average. And then what I have to do is I have to take season, right? This is what I have. So batting average, don't aggregate it. Okay, don't aggregate it over the years. What I want is make it as discrete. Previously it was coming correct. Just a minute. Something is screwed up. Yeah. I'm to sum of average. Okay, this one only I'm taking. Yeah, this is what I'm taking over here also. Okay, let me try to create it again. Some error is coming, something wrong I'm doing. Let's first take season, put average over here, average over here. And this is don't aggregate. Something to wrong I'm doing. Okay, let me show you for average. Might be something mistake I'm doing over here. Fine. So these are the different shades that you are seeing over the years, but I want to make a donut chart. So what I will do is this blank space comes, you can take anything over here. Let's say average, this function, and put the number over here, or take it min, and put the number over here as 1. Done. Make a copy of this. Okay. In the second one, you can remove everything from here. This is now grayed out. For the first one, increase the size. Increase the size. This is the size is increased. Make it entire view. Okay, this is too much increased. Let me reduce it. Yeah. Now I want to impose this one on top of it. Just go ahead. Dual axis, it is imposed. It is donut chart. Make it as white. Donut chart is ready for you. How to put min? You just have to click over here. You just have to click on this line and this open box will come. Write min over here. Function will come. Click on this. Put a value 1 over here. Done. Okay, and then I made a copy of this by pressing on this and dragging it over here. Control. This is how it will make it. Because when you have pie chart, you don't have any values. I want to make a replica of this. You don't have any values in column and rows. I want to make a replica of this to superimpose the second one on the first one. Thus, I need some value, and that's where I have put min over there.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video for any query or suggestions and I will respond to your comments.